I don't know about y'all, but if you are a challenge watcher, in the words of my beautiful bride, Derek has just become the love of this challenge the way DM did years ago. Shout out to him. This is Unpop Review Entertainment's The Challenging Times After Show. MTV The Challenge 40. We be right back, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Shots do that. I don't want to sit too hard. That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel W.
Because there was no Jay White side.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay that attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is the CEO of, Chris? Jesus God.
And welcome everybody. We are here. We are Unpop Review Entertainment, and I am lucky to be joined by two beautiful girls. And we're talking MTV The Challenge 40, the battle of the eras. I am Mike Knoxxx. That is Cactus. Cactus Catie over here to my right, and we got Captain Shay down there at the bottom. Girls, what a freaking episode tonight. Tonight is what the challenge to me is all about. I'm going to start with you, Cactus. Your thoughts on tonight's show, girl?
I love a true challenge. It's a true challenge episode. It is Gladiator night. We saw the scrapes. We saw the blood. We saw the guts that needed to be happening. It was a great episode.
Captain, your take on tonight's episode?
Am I muted? I'm fucking
We
muted.
know.
Hi. I love that they brought back a cutthroat classic. I really enjoyed that. And it was just funny seeing Cory have to deal with the consequences of his own actions. Yeah, it was just funny. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So we're going to talk about this show. I can't wait because I feel like every time I got something to say about Josh, which, by the way, y'all know that man slapped, he stumped his feet today, right? Y'all saw that? He said no.
There was a lot of Josh camera time tonight.
So we kick off with the argument continuing from last week with Jenny being a little upset about being targeted. And we go from there into going into the daily. And I kind of got confused about even how the daily was played, right? Because I thought if the game of gladiators, they got these big old shields. Like, this is one of them games, girls, I don't think they're going to bring back. Like, there's certain physical games that it gets physical to enough that I think they will stop. We maybe not see it again, right? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but it just felt that way where you got these big old shields and you're just smacking into each other. But the object of this game is to get them out of the pit, and within 20-minute time span, team with the most players left at the end of the challenge wins. I felt personally that's not what a lot of them were doing. They were just banging and banging and banging instead of, to me, trying to maneuver to get somebody out. So I was kind of thrown off by this game, but it was very, very physical. And before this, you had Theo get a deal made with him with Derek. And I liked Theo, and I thought Theo played a great game tonight. A little bit of a dirty game, but a very smart game tonight. I thought Theo played tonight. I'm gonna start with you, Shay. So we see what's going on down there with you. Your thoughts of this daily and this whole thing with Theo and how him and Derek played that out.
So my only thing with this daily is they kind of changed it from how it was from when they did it on Cutthroat to where it's like, oh, it's a time that it ends at a certain time. So it's like back then when they did it, you had to get everyone off. So no one could just be like, oh, I'll just sit in the back and just wait until the time runs out. I didn't really like that addition. I wish they just kept it exactly how it was when they did it on Cutthroat, because I just left for a lot of people to just try and do a lot of the side walking, trying not to get hit. I didn't like that. I thought the Theo Derek thing, hey, you know what? Branch out. I was getting tired of the whole 3-4 alliance. It was giving me like super vacation alliance, and it was tired. So I'm glad Theo basically kind of blew that up. That's what we needed, honestly.
Cactus?
I think that you're right. How they did it in Cutthroat was better, but they had to take into account the fact that there's only two people on Errors 1. And so that made a big difference, I believe, on how they did this. And it made for more talking, more politicizing, things like that, being a time restraint on the show or on the daily.
It just got really physical. You talked about sitting around waiting for the time to go out, Captain. Compared to when they had it on Cutthroat, you're right. So Tori was able to just pretty much just hide for a while. Even Derek as well, and the men's heap kind of lingered for a while, trying to stay out of dodge with the injured leg and whatnot. So I'm talking about the girls one first, right? Because I think the men had a little bit more intensity towards theirs. So when the ladies go in it, it's just like I really got lost with their heat. In a sense, right? Because like you said, Tori's just hiding, and you hear the crowd, right? Because you always got people from the sideline telling you what to do. They're like, get Tori. And it's like, could they not see her between all the clear glass that was there? It's like when they say, get from in front of the TV. Your parents ain't glass makers. I can't see in front of you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You could actually see in front of you this time. Like, what are you talking about? But the one attacked Tori till it was actually at the end. I love Jenny's confidence and her, like, yeah, they don't want dish work. Okay, have you seen these glutes? Have you seen these buns of steel? You don't want this work. Okay, and meanwhile, Rachel's just waiting for anybody. As soon as it started, her face against the glass, like when you tell your kids, get your face off the fishbowl. Okay, that's how they had it. That's
so scary.
So Rachel was scary.
It was. I'm not messing with Rachel. Okay, at all. But the ladies' heap it in and. It to me it was kind of anti. And again, I gotta say it, Naya, you suck. You're as big as fucking Laurel, and you got pushed the fuck out. And I gotta give my girl Avery credit because you said it's my moneymaker. Okay, I model. Okay, I bartend. And if you're a drinker and I'm a drinker, you go to the bar. Sorry, the cutest bartender gets the most money, right? It's just like. Stay away from my face. Your thoughts on that, Shay?
I loved it. You know what, Avery? I gotta respect it. I can't be mad. Naya, girl, this is what, like, the thing with Naya that kills me is like, you should be dominating, girl. This was literally a daily that was made for you, and you literally were the first out. Like, girl. What I will say about Tori, yes, Tori was definitely doing a lot of, I'm not trying to get touched on the outside, but when somebody tried to touch her, what happened? They got parked. They definitely got parked. They had to go screaming for help. They had to ask their biggest op to help them. That's how bad they was getting beat up over there by Tori. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. Naya, girl, what are you doing? What are you here for? Like, that's what I'm getting at this point with Naya.
She's as big as Laurel, but as small as as a V.
Catie.
Like,
yeah.
I just think your take, Cactus.
Yes. I love the fact that, like you pointed out, that Avery like hid from the physical contact, but when she ended up going in, she got pulverized. So there is no hiding in the challenge. TJ's gonna get his mark on you somehow, some way.
I did what you just said though, Shay, was Coral had to ask for Laurel's help. And I just think that's the funniest shit in the world. And even Laurel's like, well, I don't want to do this, but we're on the same team. So I guess I got to go ahead and help her out. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. What's going on, Bad Talk? And then we get to the men's heat.
You know what's funny?
Yeah. No, I don't. But what?
Mike, you know what's funny about that? Is it literally reminds me of Cutthroat, because I remember distinctly that Laurel was trying to throw that challenge and she was not trying at all. And the minute Abram was like, you better try, boom, done. It was that easy for her. And it's the same thing. It's like Laurel literally doesn't train for these things. And when she's ready to lock in, it's literally a wrap. Like you gotta give the flowers.
When you're born in Amazon, okay.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Okay. She is born in Amazon, so she's just naturally going to whoop somebody's ass and then give them the crock shop. Okay, when it's all said and done. But when you get to the guys' challenge, we know Derek made a deal with Theo, but it gets to the crunch time, and Devin goes, "Hey, let's get a deal here. You and Theo." And I like Theo for this. And I think this is to me when you show integrity in the challenge. There's times you got to play the game. There's times you got to be strategy. There's times where you have to play a politic game, and then there's times you got to be a person of your word. And I thought that was great. Theo said, I just made a deal. I cannot make a deal with you. I'm sorry. So that means all gloves off, right? So here's my thing about Cory, who, you know, I'm lukewarm with Cory. I want to like Cory. Sometimes I see where y'all be pointing out how Cory can be an idiot, and then sometimes I think Cory is right. And I thought that was all this episode. I thought he was right in moments, and I thought he was an idiot in moments, okay? And I thought he was right because I think he was not trying to hurt Derek. I think none of the guys, I think it's like a, how would you say, like a camaraderie, like a respect thing. Like, I see he's already hurt. I'm not going to, you know, I'm still going to push him, but I'm not going to go trucking. There's a difference between pushing somebody and trucking somebody. So I think he did do that. But when it comes down to it and Team 4 wins, Cory is getting upset because he's like, you know, y'all wouldn't help me here and blah, 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 blah. And then talking and stuff to Derek, but you know, the only thing I thought Derek did wrong in that whole thing was throw the thing behind his back, like you bitch. And that's the only thing I thought he did wrong, Cactus, in that. But I thought what he said was, he said, I'm not disrespecting you. If any disrespect going on, it's you to me right now for getting in my face. And I agreed with Derek on that one. Y'all takes on that one. I'm starting with you, Catie.
I was shocked to see Derek do that. I think he was just full of his emotions and just kind of let it out. Him and Rachel being the only two people on Air 1 is just, it's heartbreaking to see. And so the frustration level is just very high. And as we all know, we all have those lack of judgment, and he made one.
Shay?
Oh, I'm an ex. Okay. I did not like that at all. One thing with Derek is he kind of always has a bit of a hot head. Like, that's always been his thing. Like, he's the smallest guy in the room, but with the biggest heart, and he's ready to fight whoever. That's always been his thing. But I just didn't like the whole throwing the vest after while he's walking away. It's like, you know, he can't hit you back, so why would you even do that? Like, you know, because being honest, in the real world, Cory would dog walk him if there was no, you know, being eliminated or kicked off for fighting. So why are you even doing that? I didn't like that. I don't think Cory was. I think Cory was just, he's a physical guy. He's just trying to get it done. You know, he knows that he's at the bottom of the totem pole, his own fault, and he's fighting. Derek, honestly, Derek, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, Derek's injured, so you can't do this and that. If you felt like your injury is that bad, you should leave. You should have left and left for Brad and for Darrell to still be here, to still be competing, instead of taking up a spot if you felt like, oh, you should be given special treatment. I'm not trying to hear it, Derek. But it was smart of him to get that deal with Theo ahead of time. I will give Derek that. Like, you know, he is a vet. I will always say, like, he is one of those people that maybe he doesn't have as many wins, and, you know, maybe he doesn't get all the recognition, but he is one of those legends. Like, he really gets in the field.
What would you think about what Rachel said when she said he actually really is the GOAT? Do you think there's credibility to that claim? So he may not have the most wins, and it made me think when she said that, like, just because you're a winner right? You think because especially in sports, right? You think championships is why they say Jordan 6-0, right? And you have people say, well, Bill Russell 12, like so we know titles matter. But there is something to be said about the Allen Iversons of the world, who everybody respects and love, although he never won a championship. What do you think Derek falls in that GOAT range? Do you think he's in that Mount Rushmore of the challenge when it comes to the men?
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely is. The thing I don't really like to go by like how many, rings people have in the challenge, because you have to take so many things to account. If protection is calling someone back to put them back on the show, if they got kicked off for fighting, ergo CT. Because I feel like, people would say, okay, Bananas, he has the most wins, right? They would see him as a GOAT.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would say CT. CT could have been at the same point as Bananas if he wasn't getting kicked off for fighting so many seasons and not getting called back. So it's like I can't go by like who has the most rings, because it's so many things that kind of go into it. But Derek is definitely up there for sure. Like he's definitely the GOAT of elimination. I'll give him that though. Maybe not of all the challenge, but of eliminations, 100%.
Well, welcome back, Cactus Catie. We all going through things. It's okay, sweetheart. So then we know that the Air 4 wins. All right. So it's time to vote. And this is where first let's go to the how you say it? Deliberation. Right?
Deliberation.
This is where I said, Cory, shut the fuck up. Right? Like, because he doesn't play a good political game. He does not. And I say this because I get it. As a machismo man, you want me? Let's fucking go then. You know what I mean? What DMX say? So I expect to shout at you twice before you start cussing. You know what I mean? Everybody always had it out for CT. That's yeah. But like Cory was like, "What you want? You want it? You fucking no. You don't fucking tell somebody that. If you call me in there, I'm coming back with it. That's not how you play the game. The best way to play the game is to say, hey, if you put me down there, we're gonna go down there, and just know if I do come back, it is gonna be what it is. That's a Jordan thing to say, right? You don't run from the moment, but you don't also talk yourself into the moment, right? But it was a foregone conclusion. They were going to go in. Sometimes I think the deliberation is just a waste of time. Your take, and I'll start with you, Cactus, on the deliberation part and Cory putting his muscles in his mouth.
Cory's he's a hothead. He just doesn't know how to do the political part of the game very well, I don't believe. And it's funny because, when they went down, like you said, they do eventually go down to the sand. And even Jordan chimed in and said, you asked for it. Like, I'm not taking anybody else's side here. I'm telling you the truth. And yeah, I think I love Derek, and he is the dog of the eliminations. Like, you put him down there, he's a madman. He gets it done. I feel like we saw in the deliberation part of the show, we saw a lot of Josh. Way more than
I'm about to bring that part out. Trust me. I've been waiting.
All right.
I have a weekly, I cannot stand you, Josh, kind of thing. And if I didn't have two bad knees that one's bothering me right now, I would challenge you on celebrity boxing, but I'm not really a celebrity yet. And in my mind, neither is Josh. He's just known by more people.
Oh, yeah.
So I say.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, no, I think the deliberation was it's just a mess. I didn't even realize that Cara was even in there because you didn't even see them. It was all mostly talking about who was that? Mostly it was Cory, and who else was in there? Theo, really. I think it was just the two of them going back and forth. So
we have comments.
yes.
Oh, sir. Oh, you're on that one. You're in both of them. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes people are scared. You know what I mean? I used to have a show where you could call in. right? And people were calling. All of a sudden, people got scared. They were calling all the time. I know we get interviews like Rikishi and like all the big old school wrestlers, and nobody would want to call in at that time. So I said, you know what? Fuck, I'm not paying for that shit no more. So now we're just here talking. So you can comment below. Let us know your thoughts. As they say, like, follow, subscribe.
Always.
Hit the bell notification so when we go live. You know we go live. We are the #1 show on Unpopular Review Entertainment in the Twitter world. Make us #1 also here in YouTube also. Okay? Yeah. So, deliberation's over. And this is where Theo plays a smart game. And here's where Theo's game could have backfired also, right? So they already had their minds made up. We knew that. They go vote, and this is where that punk motherfucking named kid, if you ever seen House Party, go watch House Party in 1991. That punk motherfucking named kid named Josh had a chance to vote. Casey had a chance to vote. I do believe if they vote, they might have changed things, right? We don't know that. So that's where it played into Theo's favor, because Josh clearly said, it's what they don't get with these people, these guys, these girls, anybody on this program. This shit's been recorded. He said, and I quote, yeah, he knows that movie full force. Punk motherfucking named kid, his name is Josh, right? He said, whatever you vote with, I'm going to vote with too. You know, me 5'4" from, I'm an idiot from, you know. So he did that role. So then they go tell Cory, and y'all girls know where I'm going to go with this. I always say, why they get so mad? Somebody going to go in, right? You just was in there putting your muscle in your mouth, talking your shit's naive, talking about, you want me? You just get it on. So you get picked, and all of a sudden, now you're fucking mad. Because he constantly says he's mad because the vote goes 5-2. He starts to do the math, right? It's not hard. Wasn't that Darrell? He couldn't do the math a couple weeks ago, right? Do the addition, right? 1 + 1, it makes 2. Okay, so he goes and goes. Hold up,
these are not scholars.
Like, Josh, you're a punk ass. You didn't even vote for me. It wouldn't have made a difference. They say, I said, hold up, motherfucker. That is not what y'all did. Okay, so I love the fact that this vacation alliance, I couldn't stand anyway. Only people I actually like in that is Cory and Devin. I don't give a fuck about the other ones because I cannot stand Josh. Okay. Yeah, I think he's dumb. Okay. So they go and Cory and them are going in with this. Your takes on this part, Shay, because I thought Josh still is a punk motherfucker named kid. Your take.
Josh was dead wrong. Casey was dead. Oh my God, Casey, girl, you have literally been like a plant in the home this entire season. Like, why are you even here? This is why they call you a couch online. Because, and then also saying the stuff about Jenny.
They call her what?
What?
They call her what?
I will show you. I will show you. It's furniture because it really is giving IKEA. I'm sorry, because like, girl, where have you been? Seriously. I took issue with what she said about Jenny, calling her a rookie. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Jenny was literally on the challenge before you and beat you in a whole like final. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I just had to say, because please, Josh was dead wrong. He knows he is. Josh does this. And then what we're going to get next season is Josh saying, I have to repay Cory back because of what I did last season. That's all you ever do, Josh. That's all you ever do. Like, I'm so tired of it. Like,
DJ walked off, and that was perfect.
Josh is in the negative all the time. He is bouncing checks like left and right. I don't understand that, man. Yeah.
Don't write a check,
We're
your ass
talking
can't
about
cash.
And Avery, oh my God, Avery, girl, I'm so embarrassed for you. You went so hard with Tony. Oh, I gotta save Derek. I'll throw myself in if I have to. And then when it was time for Derek to repay the favor, we didn't even know that Derek and Cara were in the elimination because they was mute. Nothing to say. So next time, Avery, don't stick your neck out there for someone else because they're not going to repay the favor.
Nope. Doesn't work. Does not work.
Cactus, your take on the whole thing and Josh punk ass.
Josh punk ass is just a waste of money for them. Josh, yeah, no. He was a waste on Big Brother. He was just annoying. He's still annoying. Um, I'm happy to see he got healthy. He's very thin now, and that's great. I'm all for that. But I think you're trying to be something you're not, and I'm not for that. So
Listen, that man said, I didn't do anything. It wouldn't have mattered. Like, I ain't never let a thug slap his feet like that. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
No,
I love how Kylan was even in the
I'm
confessional, like, no, actually, Josh, it would have made a difference.
It would have made a
No.
difference. And like Cory said, even if it wouldn't, this is where Theo's plan could have boomeranged effect and came back on him, right? If they voted and they still, then Josh, all Josh had to do is be, I told you what it is. Some part you got to be a man of your word. Josh never does that. He always chooses Josh, okay? And in that moment, even if you vote and y'all, and that Theo and them say, well, we know we still, Theo's like, we get off the hook if they vote our way. Let's set them up, and it worked to perfection. So then we get to this elimination, and there's more gladiator shit happening, girls. I mean, it's just, first of all, I'm sorry, what the fuck? So you got to put on an outfit with a whole bunch of things that turn colors if you smack them off you, and
They
you
look
got
like-
bills.
they look like Chinese bow buttons.
I think that's what they were. They look like, well, I was gonna say garlic, but it wasn't garlic, clearly, right? But so you're right. It's the thing you just said. So then, and it got chicken shoes on with bells. So the
Literally
object is
chicken
to be, the object is to be the evader, while one is trying to chase you blindfolded. And a little ring that's probably the size about like a, if you don't think about a farm, it's like the size like a pig pen, right? It's about space wise. But if you go fast forward here, when Rachel had that chance, Rachel was on her horse. She was running. She was ducking, bobbing, and weaving. You don't want to get hit in the face. You bob and weave. You weave and bob, okay? No. Avery, who just talked about her moneymaker, sat there and let Rachel beat the living shit out of her so bad that even the people in the, oh my God, this is bad. Oh my God. Can it be over?
Jordan. Jordan has boxed. Yeah.
Go ahead, Cactus. She kept getting hit
Yeah.
in the face.
Jordan even made a comment like, dude, move your head. Because he has experience with boxing. And it was hard to watch. It was so hard to watch her just get pulverized by, Rachel's tiny. She's a very fit, tiny woman, but she is strong. She's very strong. And there was she was going to bring it all. She was bringing it all. And it was crazy. Those chicken shoes were just as a joke. Those were awful. They were absolutely atrocious.
Rachel and my wife laughed at him. I said, what person doesn't play the game where they put blindfolds on and not fight? So use all your other senses. If you haven't done that game, girls, please do me a favor and do that and practice it, okay? You got to be able, in case something ever happens to you, some weirdo try to come up in the alley. I teach my daughters this technique. I'm being honest. As a girl dad, you got to hear what's going on around you. And Rachel beat that girl's ass, okay? And she mopped the floor with her, and I don't even see how she. TJ stopped at the end. He goes, "You got all of them, but 6. That's not all of them, TJ."
She tagged her.
And then we get to the guys, and the pre-talk, Cory's talking too much. And historically in this challenge, when they show someone talking that much, they lose.
Mm-hmm.
One leg Derek, balding and all. I don't know. I've always had respect for him, but the love I have for him came tonight watching that man. And you said it earlier, Shay. You should have gave it up for Darrell. When he first got hurt, we thought he was seriously hurt, right? So something's wrong with the leg. But to go out there, and he even told Cory in the deliberation, don't ask for something that 3-legged horse whoop your ass. And that 3-legged horse, for what it's worth, to me, beat Cory's ass. And I thought he won that thing. I thought he legitimately won that event. But they both got him all off, but Cory did it fast. And, of course, Cory got 2 good legs. Cory should be ashamed of himself. But what I do like about the challenge, when people, and this is about anybody who's a competitor, I can talk all the junk in the world to you, but once it's over, anybody named Darrell is somebody I can't. No, that's somebody named Calvin. Okay, you can't trust. No, that's sorry, Calvin. Rest in peace. But just saying, never trust a man who don't have a mustache. That's what you don't do. If a dude don't have a mustache, do not trust him. Mustache, beard. If he is completely hairless, he is not to be trusted. Okay, sorry, Shay. If I ever see you with a dude who has nothing on his face, I'm gonna whisper in your ear, don't trust him. Do you know his daddy? That's his daddy, Harry? Okay, cool. All right, seriously. So, what y'all takes on that one? Shay, don't laugh at me. Your take, Shay, on the men's in the sand, getting it on in the arena.
Oh my gosh. They were going at it. That's why I say, like, Derek definitely is, like, top 3, one of the best, like, in elimination. Like, he turns into a whole new demon when he gets in elimination. So I definitely always got to give him respect for that. He kind of asked for it. Like, if I was being smart, if I was Derek, I would have tried to press the other Derek to go in. If I'm looking at my options personally, that's what I would have done. But I think he was just going off of, that's the thing with Derek. He goes off emotion, and him and Cory already had words earlier. So he was just like, yeah, I'm on you. Like, he was just laser focused and not really thinking. Like, Cory is also very good in elimination as well. So we don't talk about the soccer elimination. We don't talk about that literally. But he is very good in eliminations. And so I don't know why Derek would kind of pursue that. Even though he came pretty close, literally it was just set up of time. But I'm happy Cory won, because you know what? Derek was getting on my damn nerves the whole episode, acting so cocky. Okay, yes, it's deserved cockiness because he is very good, but he just needed to be humbled. I was tired of it. And I also wanted Cory to come back to yell at Josh some more. So there's that. So.
Your take in that one, Cactus.
They're both dads. They're the dads of the challenge. And so, when you become a parent, you get this extra level of energy. I don't know if it's because of a lack of sleep when you have little ones, or if it's just the love you have for your children, but you get this extra build of energy. And these two men showed it. They both were fighting for their families. And I was shocked that they were that close, especially like you said with Derek with one leg. If he had 2 legs, Cory would have been done. Derek is way too scrappy. There is no stopping that man for nothing. And he did come from a generation like with DM that you can only respect each other. So yeah.
Your final thoughts on this episode, Shay.
The men definitely carried on the entertainment side. I think, I liked it. I like this episode. I love that they brought back an oldie daily challenge. I liked the elimination. I liked it. It was different. Not too different, because it kind of reminds me of the one where they kind of snatch the tags off of people, except, punching. But I liked it. I enjoyed this episode, is what I will say.
Your take, Catie, on this?
I love the Gladiator daily, but you guys mentioned it earlier, the liability with that tournament or daily, it's too high. They're not going to do that again. So it's cool to see it again. I'm very interested to see how they handle Rachel going forward. And I'm really happy. And I don't know, I want to mention this. When they do the whole volunteering for the next week, Banana said to Laurel, don't volunteer.
Yeah.
And that was after Cory volunteered. So I don't know what's up with that, but she got called out no matter what. So yeah, it was a great episode. I
thought it was everything that TJ requested.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I thought it was all of that and then some. But I will say this with you as well, Shay. I was proud of Cory. I really was. I thought for once, even though in deliberations he put his foot in his mouth, but men's testosterone have a tendency of doing that, right? So I thought they did it good. I'm getting so many tornado warnings and flood warnings over here, and Amber Alerts going off. Not Amber Alerts, but weather alerts going off on my phone. It's ridiculous. So I'm just praying we keep power on. Even though part of me wants to go out because I heard there's some money floating around here if you ain't got no power. So part of me's like, let this shit get cut off right now. But I was definitely going for Cory in this because you already know girls when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
I told you I was going to find that clip. So I was going for Cory in doing that. And next week, because I'm curious how this does play out for Era 1. It's only Rachel. Technically, is she a target still? Because she left with the band on.
I know. They put her in the target category.
They put in the target category, but there's no male target there, and the numbers don't add up. She has to do a solo mission, is what TJ said. And the one thing I say about TJ is that TJ, I think MTV says to TJ, do what you want. If they don't do something like, oh, you don't have a winner? Oh, you're going to pick somebody? Okay, get your ass both down here. I think MTV gets him full carte blanche at doing that.
Oh, I think so
but
too.
This was my favorite episode of the season. It just
Yep.
really was. It gave me everything that I want in a challenge. It gave me a little bit of, I don't like when they go to the clubs and stuff like that. I'm glad they eliminated that. This was, when they went into the sand at 9:03, I said, that's 30 minutes of damn. You know what I mean? Like, this is about
You
to be
knew it
some
was going to
shit.
be a good match.
Yes, and then I loved the I liked that the other teams. So I'm a big Devin and Tori guy, so I like the fact that they were like, "Yo, don't trust." Like they're getting frustrated. Like, "Fuck you, this alliance is breaking up," and it's all because of Josh and Casey. And I think they call her Couch. Well, her couch potato ass need to get here and go home with Nani because that's about all she got going on for these days. So that is it for us here tonight on Challenging Times. We thank you on Twitter for tuning in. Whatever, all you guys checking in here, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. Please follow our YouTube page, is where we're all live as well. That's Unpopular Review Entertainment. Okay, spelled just the way it sounds. Follow our TikTok page. Follow our Facebook page as well. Our Instagram page. Wherever there's social media, we have a page. Unpopular Review. Just make sure you follow us, guys, girls. What a pleasure. Always here before you two beautiful ladies. I appreciate it. And for anybody that understands something, we do this because we love it. In a storm or not, rain, sleet, or snow. Hold on, what did he say? I got to get this line, but we got to hear it. He said, so it's an old movie called I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. You ever see that? You ever see I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? He said, bitch better have my money. Through rain, sleet, or snow. My bitch better have my money. Not all, not some, but all my cash.
Well,
I'm gonna
you
put
let
my
us know how
foot
that works out.
dead in her ass. And I'm saying to say, power or not, the show must go on. And so did we, y'all. The Challenging Times. We thank y'all for being here. We will see y'all next week. Y'all